seam is a line that marks the place and the moment where two things are joined together. If you pay attention, you can notice seams everywhere. There are seams on clothing where two pieces of fabric have been knit together. Seams in the wood of furniture where two boards have been glued or nailed to one another. Even seams in mountain faces where time has done the slow, methodical work of lodging two distinct pieces of stone up against one another. Everywhere you look, you can see seams tracing their way through life. But the thing about seams is that they can be pulled apart. Fabric can rip, wood can be splintered, and even the rocky face of a mountain can crumble and dissolve. This kind of fragmentation also can be seen everywhere you look. But a truly rare sight, however, something that stands out in the midst of all the seams that mark our lives, are those things that are seamless. Those things in which there are no inconsistencies. A seamless garment woven out of one thread, a piece of furniture carved from a single block of wood, or a mountain that rises from the earth as a seamless piece of stone.
He'll probably tell you later, but before we came out, he was back there he was so excited to come out and finally see his bride come forward and say, I do. And you are the object lesson today of the gospel. When you came out here, Eric, you declared your intentions that you sought a bride. And then the bride had to come out and declare her intentions by coming of her own free will and saying, I receive you as my husband. Once we do that and we wrap up, great, we got a marriage. But the joy that the time had finally come for her to come forward and say, I receive you as my husband. That is a sample of the joy God has for anyone who will turn from their sins and ask his forgiveness.
Madison, rest assured, this is not an ending, but a wonderful beginning. When I got thrown out of the room by the hair ladies, I went down to the pool to organize my thoughts. There were two little girls playing in the pool together, two sisters. I almost got unhinged at the pool. It just reminded me of you and your sister so much. You have given me so much joy watching you grow and mature and achieve more joy than I deserve. The journey continues, and I will be there whenever you allow me to be. And I love you. So when Eric asked for Jennifer and my blessing last June, this day seemed a long way away.
These are the traits that make Eric so uncommonly trustworthy. Madison, as I stand beside Eric today as a witness to the covenant you two have made, I can do so with full confidence, knowing that Eric is someone for whom telling the truth and keeping promises is not a distant aspiration, but a central feature of his character. This is a man whose life is seamless, and because of that, a man who you can trust with your whole life.
A godly man who walks in God's fear is very easy to trust, love, and respect. A godly woman who walks in God's fear is a very easy woman to love as Christ loved the church and serve. Sadly, when someone steps out of the fear of God, then the ungodly behaviors that can truly challenge your marriage begin to make it very difficult to walk in the commitment you're making.
Although I barely knew Eric, we had a common ground. We love Jesus and Madison. And really, what more do you need in life? One of my favorite things about you is how purely and deeply you care for my sister. I could not ask for more. Eric, I've come to know and love the fact that only you are worthy of Madison. What I favor and respect the most about you, however, is your relationship with God. It gives you wisdom and maturity that carries over into your everyday life. I trust that the Lord will use this wisdom, maturity, and faith in Him as you lead my sister every day for as long as you both shall live.
So your roles as wife and husband are so much easier if each of you would seek to maintain and develop your relationship with God so that you are walking in His fear. It will make you wonderful parents, it'll make you amazing spouses, and it will make you a bright testimony to the people around you.
It's easy to think of marriage as something with seams, as two people that are being held together by the promises that they make to one another. And in part, that's true. Your marriage is a covenant bond that has been forged through the vows that you have made to one another today. But it's also more than that. Marriage is not only something that you do, but something that God does in you. Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew, "For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Eric and Madison, the business of leaving and holding fast you have done in making your vows today. But the business of becoming one, of being truly united to one another in one seamless life, that is the work that only God can accomplish.
You've been everything a father could dream of. You're beautiful inside and out. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies? Eric found one.
April 4th, 2012. To my future husband. I've been thinking of you for a long time. I hope that together we can be the people God wants us to be. I don't know our story yet, but I'm praying that our relationship is strong and bonded together with God's love for us. I can't wait to meet you.
It is the greatest privilege and honor to become fully yours and only yours today when we say I do. You are a man far beyond my wildest dreams and a gift I will cherish forever. You are my best friend and love of my life.
My dearest, my most cherished, my love, my Madison Ann. What continually shocks me about our love story, what should never shock me but still does, is God's hand.
By the authority that's invested in me as a servant of Jesus Christ, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and you may kiss your bride.
The sovereignty and ordination of our relationship is clear to anyone who takes a look at our lives and the journeys we have taken to find each other. I will love you the rest of my days. I am the most blessed man in the world.